So the group originally got together in Colwayne's Cove, way down here, and then went inland into West Bernal now, where Sir Dunley, where his family is from, and his uncle's getting remarried, which is pretty much closing off any remote opportunity of Sir Dunley ever becoming Baron. Although...
We got a plan, though. We do have a plan.
That was a rather, like I say, remote opportunity to begin with, so it would have required the death of all sorts of other relatives, including a number of several nephews.
We'd have to break the wheel.
Several nephews, one of whom is an infant.
That's unfortunate.
Kids die every day.
Push him out a window from a tower.
I haven't seen how that worked out.
We'll give him the Bran elevator, right?
Going down.
He's gonna bite me in the ass one day when he can start controlling animals and shit.
Turns out
he's a druid.
With a big tournament coming up in a couple of days and a wedding later in the week, there are all sorts of activities around Castle Dunley and the community nearby. People have been coming in from all around the kingdom to pay their respects and attend the wedding and participate in the jousting and the tournament. Those who have skills in that area and are of noble birth, of course, can.
I have many skills.
Is jousting one of them?
Where's my pencil?
I joust.
It's called a lance.
Not with the lance, but with the pencil.
It's not called a pencil. This is why you don't joust.
I joust with words.
Well,
not
surely a
with
pencil is mightier than a jousting lance. Thanks.
You should put that up to the test right now.
Yeah.
I have a pencil.
I have a lance.
Called a lance.
I have a pineapple and a pen.
Ah. But do you have any ink, sir? There is the question.
My horsemanship is a little lax. Could I possibly joust from cart back? No. No, you may not.
But if we tame a dragon.
So it's frowned upon? No, it's not just frowned upon. It's not allowed.
Don't you understand? I'm blind in my left eye. I demand accommodation.
It seems fair. They should be able to make some adjustments to the usual rules to make sure everyone can participate.
We all deserve a chance to catch a sharp stick in the eye.
Absolutely.
Then you'll just be blind. You won't be blind in one eye.
I used to be better at this.
Absolutely.
I get one more chance. That's all I get.
So the rangiest of rangers will be joining us later. He's off scouring the town for signs of
Sure he is.
various
Delicacies with
Yeah, of
interlopers.
course. Yes.
I can't wait for him to crit fail his first shot.
He's still worried that there might be something amiss with Sir Dunley's uncle, the Baron.
So we're not worried about that anymore.
No. He's back to normal.
He doesn't. The ranger doesn't know that yet, though.
Well, he's fine.
He's still off.
He was genuinely happy. Good thing I figured that out by crushing all of his happiness.
You didn't. I did.
No, I did. We did it together.
Ah, beautiful.
Teamwork. So I want to go down to the...
So big picture goals.
Well, first of all, do you have the guts to stay tonight?
Yeah, I have to stay for the wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a tournament.
You were saying
How
something
far
about-
apart is the tournament from the wedding? Is it
Wedding is like 2 days.
like the day after the tournament is the wedding, or
Couple of days to the tournament, couple more days until the wedding after that.
So we're gonna be here for a week,
Okay.
and then after that we can go and go chill in the mountains south of here for a while.
Chill in the mountains. Okay.
Oh, crap, there's frost giants.
I mean, we got 7 days.
We do have 7 days. But I need to practice my jousting and stuff. I want to go down to the treasure.
The treasury.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to go and speak to the treasurer. I will
Of course,
hand...
you have to get past any number of guards who recognize you and
Yeah.
give you passage.
Okay, I was going to be like... we're gonna
Nobody's
stop.
stopping you. You're a member of the family. You have access to places most people would not. You are alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
By myself.
Are you sure you don't want me to?
Oh, that kind of alone. All right.
Yep, the alone by myself. No familiars or anything. I'm going to go to the keeper of the money, keeper of the coin,
Okay.
and I will hand him 4 100 gold piece gems.
It's highly irregular.
Oh, well, you see, I've been using family money for quite some time now, and I feel that now that I'm starting to earn my own income and, you know, pull my own weight, I should give back to the family.
Oh. I thought you meant to... Oh. This is for me, then. Well.
No, I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
But you know what? I'll hand him 2 gold pieces. These are for you, for your work for the family.
Very kind. Should I keep this in a separate ledger for you? Or,
Just Mark Sir Dunley donated
Make note that
400 gold. Yes, just make
is
note.
income from yourself?
Yes, if you
for
could.
the household?
Yes, please.
Very good, then. I'm sorry, I haven't used it in so long. Where is the black ink? Ah! Here it is. Usually I mark things associated with you in red ink. No trouble at all. We'll just
Yes.
mark that here.
He's been about the increase person.
He pulls out an eyepiece and this is always red.
He'll write it down on the side. Record this in history.
Looks over each of the gems. These are quite fine. Appear to be a dwarven cut.
Yes, they are.
Interesting. Now, where did you, if I could ask? It's none of my business, of course.
I just picked them up on my way back to town.
Oh. Right, of course. Lying by the roadside. Very good. I'll mark those in then. And
God. All right, well, good day, and I'm going to leave.
you've known this guy most of your life, and
Yeah.
he's always been a bit rascal and
Yeah.
sort of a...
And now he's got 400 gold.
Yeah.
All I got to do is pretend to write something in a book.
Are you sure you're the right person for deposits?
He's not alone here. There are others around who've witnessed this, so he would have to...
Oh, you went to the wrong colors.
if he were going to skim, he would definitely have to pay off.
We just had to find that bottle of
people.
disappearing
He's
ink.
really only going to be skimming off, like 100 gold, because the other 300 are going to have to go to paying off everyone else in the room.
Yeah.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
All of his own relatives are in
The relatives.
sort of a family business, keeping the treasury for the Dunlop.
Do I? I'm not going to ask them. I don't want to think about the number that is. I'm going to go back to my room.
All right. Well, what sort of activities are people using to occupy their time until the tournament?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that timeline then. Is this like the next day then, after the dinner? This
Sure.
is-
After the dinner.
Okay, so then...
The next day, yeah.
Okay, so then the next day, I would like to ask and see, is there somewhere I could go to find information about primordial religions, people who worship Primus, or ancient gods, maybe not worship so much anymore?
The castle has a study with a fair number of books.
Is there a scholar there?
Sure, he has a sage on retainer.
Okay. Because remember, I'm a druid, not a wizard. I'm not a scholar. You know what I mean? So I don't know that books
and this
would be
guy
my
will
natural.
know. Dunley could even tell you that this guy would know a broad range of subjects, although his specialty is the heraldry of the kingdom here and information on lineages and that sort of thing, because that's really been his main focus, and that's why he was
What's
hired.
most useful, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll ask him, and I'll follow his recommendations, whatever that is. I don't want to monopolize the whole.
Sure. Well, he'll direct you to a number of books. He'll say, well, they can't leave the study, but he sets you up with a reading table and plops down a couple of big tomes and flips through to a few different pages of course, you read a lot of the basics in these things here, right?
Yeah, I read those.
So you're familiar with the broad strokes. Most of that is what's in the pages here, are just the sort of thing you already know from these things as a
nothing
player. But you get the impression that it dates back the sort of conversion to these more modern religions and the pantheon that is worshipped throughout the empire here dates back really to the tribal eras of the original humans that occupied this peninsula before there were even kingdoms here. So before civilization really took hold, that sort of thing was already in motion.
So with civilization came the new pantheon of gods? Then?
More so than anything else, absolutely. Although there was already the proto-modern religions in that era, and that caused a lot of the friction between different factions within each of the tribes. And the tribes themselves do kind of date back to the forming of each of these, or preceded the forming of each of these kingdoms themselves.
Right. That's what I picture, right? Like the tribes eventually evolved into a kingdom through acquisition and aggregation. And
once they were able to start laying down political lines, or territorial lines, rather, they developed into these kingdoms.
Okay. So is there any... So since this will be how I'll spend my day, is there any clue on like other sources I might seek or next steps I might take for more information?
The sage is happy to suggest that if you wanted to go up to the city-state of Rock, he's been up there, and he's been to the libraries up there in the capital, and for sure there's probably all sorts of additional information. What in particular were you interested in? Perhaps I could send out some messages. You are friend of Sir Dunley, and
I don't think we'll be here long enough for the message round trip, right? We're only here for a week.
I don't know that I don't know how long it would take or what sort of information I'll get back, but perhaps you'll stop back and I'll have information for you if you ever come back this way.
If you could get me the name of a scholar or library or, people I might talk to in Rock, that would be a great head start for me. So when I show up there, I have a place to go.
About all of are you interested in any particular aspects, or
particularly the water primus and why there are no gods associated with the sea and the ocean and the lakes and the rivers? There's gods that seem to be related to so many other things, but there's so few associated with water, and that would have derived from water primus.
I never thought of it that way. That's true. That is true. There is no modern god in the pantheon that is associated primarily with the water. Oh. Fascinating. I'll do some research too. See if there's anything within any of these other tomes on the modern pantheon about that might lend some clue to why that is.
Yes, thank you much. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
There might be a paper in this.
Surely there is.
I feel like we're in the movie Signs, and it turns out gods are allergic to water.
I'm not familiar.
Well, I'm not there.
But the same day that
Movie. What?
the same day that he is talking to the, because are you talking
Is
to
the
the guy?
day you were down at the treasury.
It is.
Mhm.
Okay.
This is just what he was doing.
Okay.
Maybe while you
Then
were
I'll wait.
doing
I'll
that.
wait for the next day.
All right. Yeah, what about you? Just laying low in your rooms?
Well, no,
Ah.
I'll probably. Well, don't you me?
Did you catch that on camera? Well,
Yeah, everything's caught on camera.
nice.
I'm just waiting for Sir Dunley to get back. I wish to speak with Sir Dunley.
Oh, okay. But certainly he gets back before too long. He doesn't have that much to do down in the treasury.
Sure. Do I have my harp yet?
Let's say it's just being delivered.
Fantastic. So I wheel this harp into Sir Dunley's room.
By God, what is that?
This is a beautiful instrument, and I string a few chords.
Sounds much better than your last, that's for sure.
Oh, Sir Dunley,
It's no bagpipe.
you have no taste in music, do you?
I do. This is 10 times better than whatever you were playing before.
Well, I thought I would impose upon you a bit while I tried it out.
Okay. What would you like to impose?
So I started playing. I'm like, Sir Dunley, it's come to my attention that perhaps the family I came to meet would rather not knowing our relationship at all.
No, probably not.
Okay? We probably should not even be here.
Probably not. But we are here, and that means that we have to stay at least for the wedding.
Are you using some sort of bardic spell here? Is this your plan? Is to try to influence him with actual magic?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not yet.
It's like
okay.
a week-long wedding.
And
It's leading up to it, and then boom.
like, Sir Dunley, you still concerned about your father being under the influence of
My father's dead. Dang it, you guys ruined it. I was waiting for him to finish.
Yeah.
My father's dead.
I'm sorry, your uncle, the Duke.
No, it turns out he's actually
Uncle
perfectly
Baron.
fine, and he was
Uncle
just
Baron.
happy.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine. Well.
found that one out. So my uncle's
Okay.
under no spell, appears.
All right. That's good, because I was concerned that if I were to enchant your father,
Uncle?
your uncle, there might be some unhappy people. It seems like he keeps quite a collection of wizards and other magicians in the
Yes.
courts.
Well, there's one that you guys know of.
Yeah.
Is there like a court magician?
Like a jester?
No, like some sort of vizier of arcane knowledge. No, Bartlebix seems to be the closest thing to a.
And I have him written down as shady.
Anyway, I'm not sure if I can cast this spell without anyone noticing. Would you mind if I cast it upon you and you tell me if you notice its effects?
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Oh, Sir Dunley, how am I supposed to use this spell in public without having tested its...
Well, I mean, I don't
efficiency?
really feel like there's a need for this spell anymore.
Okay. All right, Sir Dunley. So what is your plan for this week? Are you planning to participate in the joust?
Of course! I always participate in the joust.
I have to admit, I'm not as excited about it as I was before. I thought my husband would be here to challenge you in the joust.
Yes, it is unfortunate he had to get called back for his duties.
Did you get the meat sweats?
Well, I suppose I'll stick around and watch. Wouldn't do to just get up and leave, would it?
Suppose not.
You need anything from me then? We're just going to enjoy the
Yes,
festivities?
yes, just enjoy the festivities.
All right, then I will. All right, so I'm going to leave, and I'm going to I don't know, just wander the castle. And
It's a large common room where a lot of people sort of congregate during the day and discuss things, and there are musicians there who
okay.
kind of keep things light. And of course, there's a lot of guests
Right.
filtering in for the big tournament and the wedding later, and so a lot of those people are here because they don't want to spend time in common taverns in the town. They enjoy doing their
I think
drinking
my
amongst
character
their peers.
like puts the harp in their rooms, their chambers. And
Sure,
then I'm
sure.
going
Why
to
show
just-
off this really nice instrument? And
Why not? All these people are
Use it to
super
good effect.
racist, so I don't even want to talk to
Exactly.
them. I just want to see like how impressive this castle is and its grounds, and get a feel for the layout.
all right, so you're not heading to the
I'm not going anywhere in particular.
The big,
I'm just going to
Great
wander
Hall.
about.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't spend the whole time in my chambers, but I'm not going to socialize with these people.
Where else will you go besides your chambers? Is what I would like to know.
I mean, if there's public places, I'll stick to those.
Outside of the castle, because the Great Hall is kind of the public place within the castle.
I'm not going there. I am not going there.
You should stay in your room.
But you can come and go. The gates are open. You
Yeah.
can come and go from the castle into the town
I
itself.
just want to see, like, maybe I'd walk around the castle. I check out the jousting grounds.
Okay. Well, they're setting up a big tournament grounds outside of the castle.
Right. So I said
On the
I just want to go
fields,
outside and
sure.
look at that.
Yeah. Well, there's all sorts of I don't know. Should we call them roustabouts? Kind of
Sure.
people pitching the big tents and careful. And
I was actually going to make a joke there.
I
Your uncle's
usually
love.
usually
People
figure
trying to
it's
buy
him
their
that's
uncle's
gonna
love.
make
I
Pitching big
slowly
tents.
rise up from the ground.
We don't know
And,
about my
But it's just
uncle.
one point. That's just so weird.
My uncle's probably back in Cohen's Clove. Or is he? But yeah, I don't think there's really... I don't have any goals right now. So... puttering about.
all right. Well, there's a lot to see.
Yeah.
People are putting up the tournament grounds and getting them ready and fashioning the stands for people. And of course, there's a main place where the Baron will be seated with his bride-to-be, and the inner circle of the court, you assume Sir Dunley himself will have a seat up there. That would be typical. But yeah, there are other places for other honored guests, like Sir Dunley's friends, to be seated. So,
Slightly lower.
oh, of course,
Of course.
of course,
And several feet.
above the mud.
Oh, that's very considerate. We don't want to get our boots stuck in
As in
that.
they put a carpet over it for you guys.
You're still, you'll spend the day reading, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting
You're just
as
going to
much
stay
as
in your
you can.
chambers?
I mean,
As much as it's not my preferred activity, that's what I'll do.
It's good fishing to be had on the river.
I know, right? Here I am, hunched over a candle,
Mhm.
reading some musty, dry tome.
Well, unless there's anything else, that's a day can go by, and next day can commence. And of course, everyone's excited. There's all sorts of hustling and bustling throughout the castle as people are getting ready. There are pavilions set up for feasting along the grounds outside, and
Is this the day of the tournament?
sure,
Okay.
unless there's something else you need to do.
Yeah, I wanted to run my current longsword to the smithy.
Oh, we covered that.
Oh, so
that's
I got
fine.
it. Okay, I
Consider
got it all
it-
silvered and everything.
Consider it being taken care of.
Okay.
It's not something that happens while you wait. You drop it off. You tell them what you want. They'll charge you when you come pick it up. This guy?
Yeah, do you say anything when we return to the chambers overnight? I mean, who's sharing that joint room? No comments? Like, you enjoyed your day in seclusion?
no, I didn't enjoy my day in seclusion. You can see that I'm staring out the freaking window when you come in.
I'll tell you about everything I saw. I'll ask you if you want to leave this place immediately for your own survival.
He's writing a note to put attached to an arrow. Shoot at that.
We can get you out.
Rescue me from the cow.
I can
swamp
cast a
castle.
spell on you that'll make you appear like a human, or maybe a horse.
How long does that
What?
last?
Why is there a horse traveling through
An
the
hour.
castle?
It's long enough to get out.
Why'd you have to be a half-elf bastard?
We could spend like this entire evening talking about the day before the tournament if you want. And talk about all the things that you're really not doing. Or we can move ahead to the day of the tournament.
Let's move ahead.
Okay.
I feel like I'll have more freedom that way because there's going to be a lot more people there, so I can...
Isn't he the one who wanted to sneak into the tournament, or was that?
That was me, but
Oh,
we're not
was
going
it?
to do
Okay.
it because the only thing I'm interested
You
in
get
is
knocked on,
jousting.
knocked on your ass in the first bout.
You can't fake skills, the kind of skills that he would require to
Right.
be competitive. And
Look, this isn't about whether or not he'd be competitive or successful. This is about entertaining me. And I'm all in favor of him joining this tournament.
he would dehorse himself prior to mounting.
Yeah. Are you
Oh, I
sure
don't
you
know.
have done this before, sir? Yes, I am. Then why are you on the horse backwards?
This is how we ride up north.
I fell from the saddle. Well, try it when it's on the horse and see how tough it is. All right, I'll give it a go. So, as we were saying, the next day everything's very exciting. There's all sorts of activity as early food is being brought out to the pavilions for people. You go down together as a group.
I will not go down with them as a group.
The three of you then go down as a smaller, slightly 75% of a group.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's people all over the place. You're in no danger of being shivved, you would think.
Except by those
People keep
people.
a respectful distance from the elves, although they're obviously people are in awe in a certain sense because they don't see elves. They don't see
We're
elves wandering
celebrities,
around here.
essentially.
We're well-dressed celebrities.
I mean,
I
this is
know,
a-
exactly.
For younger people, this is a once in a lifetime situation. For
Maybe
older
the-
people and those that have traveled, it's no big deal.
They're also going to see what color an elf bleeds. It's also a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Now.
We need to buy you some fancy clothes, don't
We
you?
do.
Why? My clothes work fine.
I'm not there, so
When are you heading in?
I'm going to head in. I'll head in after they leave, and I will go to my my jousting tent and get my armor ready and my lance
Okay.
ready.
Very good. The tent that you'd been traveling with was
We got it cleaned.
cleaned and set up for you, and it's all ready to go. There's a squire on loan from the castle.
Oh, lovely.
Probably somebody you know from
Yeah.
younger days who's there. Let's call him,
Podrick?
No. Dathel.
Dathel.
Dathel. Sir Dunley.
Hello, Dathel. How are you today?
I was assigned to take care of you, sir.
Oh, lovely.
I'm so proud. I think you'll win.
Me too. I believe I will win as well.
You were always one of the best.
Well, and I've tried to stay the best.
I have no doubt, sir.
Well, let's get to it. We best prep fumbles for the joust.
Very well. I love Fumbles. He's the best.
That's your horse's name, isn't it?
We discussed this last time.
Fumbles is a fine stallion.
See him running. Go.
Stallion.
Don't let the name fool you. He really does suck.
Well, there's a big horn-blowing fanfare as the Baron takes the stands. His entourage is there. His bride-to-be is missing, though, and he's kind of looking around, kind of confused. There are other activities that are supposed to happen before the actual jousting, so you're expected in the stands to preside, preside over them. So
I'll head to the stands then. And I'll greet my uncle before I sit down. Good morning, Uncle. Hello.
He's speaking.
I've noticed.
He's actually saying words.
He is.
This is weird. First he was happy, and now he's speaking.
You just need a good night's sleep.
What?
You just need a good night's sleep.
Yeah?
Just fully regenerated. Rejuvenated.
I thought she had come down. She was supposed to...
What's wrong with you, Uncle?
I don't know where she is.
Your bride-to-be?
Yes.
We best go look for her immediately.
But she left ahead of me.
Oh, dear.
She said she wanted to view some of the flowers. And I don't know where she's gone.
Sideways, yes.
Can you find her for me?
Absolutely, Uncle. I will go on my way immediately. And I will immediately stand up and I will go and fetch my companion.
There is a whole area where they do have brought in flowers to put up as garlands around the place, and it's kind of the flower hub.
Flower hub.
Cool.
All right. So I will come to them and I'll be like, well, we have an issue. My uncle's bride-to-be has disappeared, and he's asked for...
Oh, her and her handmaid were... I saw them back over there. They were touring around the
flower hub? Okay. I'll head over there.
All right, we'll follow.
Excuse me?
I mean, didn't you come?
Yeah, I came to
us?
them and asked them.
Oh, did you go and get them too?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're all together then?
We're all
Yeah.
together. We're a party, you might say.
Party assembled.
We're not the three quarters anymore, we're the whole.
So yeah,
Well,
we'll head over to the flower hub.
These are large shelves with pots of flowers and large containers with fresh cut, ready to be strung together and put around the entire. And there's places where these are empty and there's all sorts of flowers and they're arranged so they're easy to put together into displays. Of course, you've already seen some of them passed around at different points, like in the food pavilion where there are centerpieces and stuff on the tables, just to keep everything fresh smelling, because the more flowers you have around, the less you smell the horses and the other people and those who, haven't bathed.
Yeah.
It's as much a
air freshener
as it is a visual aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
But you run around the corner and you do see the handmaid. She's lying there in a pool of blood. So there's that.
Take a look around. Any birds or mice or animals might have bore witness to such things.
I already have my suspicion who did this.
Can you speak to flowers as well as animals?
I cannot talk to plants.
Damn.
That is
That
not
would have been the
a
perfect,
option.
like, yo, flowers, what up?
I know, right?
Do insects count at all, or
Yeah, it has to be smart
like
enough,
bees,
right?
or
It says, I think they have to have some form of intelligence. It says,
so yeah, insects wouldn't count for that. They're
why can't
raw
I find this
instinct,
spell?
right?
Speak with animals. All right.
Well, there's some smaller birds around, and we know that works, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, whether or not they were
Speak
here
with
for
plants is
very
third
long.
level. Speak with animals. Gain the ability to comprehend verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. With beasts. Multiple. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Oh, beautiful birds. Did any of you see what happened to this fair lady?
No, we just arrived.
Worms in the ground.
Old Crow's been here longer.
Where's he?
He's
Crow.
over there.
Friend-
Over there.
Friend Crow. Friend Crow. Over there. Over
So,
there.
and it's multiple, huh? So you can just...
It says
anyone within the distance of the spell, which is...
communicate with beasts.
Is there the range on that, or...
There's not a range. I assume it's communication range.
Okay.
It says
All right,
10 minutes.
fair enough.
Friend Crow, did you see what happened to the maiden?
Stabbed.
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 What about her friend, the woman who
Throat
was with
cut.
her?
Stabbed in the gut, and then the throat was cut.
And what about her friend, the lady who was with her?
Taken.
Which direction? Where did they go?
Over there. They went that way.
Do I know that he's communicating with them?
Who went?
Yeah. Well, you hear
Who
him
was it? What did he look like?
talking, and I assume you're talking like in caws and whistles or
Yeah,
whatever.
you wouldn't understand
So
what
you
I'm
don't
saying.
understand it, but he's obviously communicating with us.
Can you figure out? Can you have it direct us or something?
I am. I'm asking.
Seems to be pointing in a direction, kind of in toward town.
Okay. Someone took the princess to be or whatever that way.
Put her
towards
in a
town.
sack. Put her in a sack.
She's
Put
in
her
a-
on a wagon.
She's in a wagon in a sack. What? Who? How many people were there? How many people took her?
Oh, there were three.
3. What did they look like? Were they wearing a certain color? Did they have certain clothes?
Big guys, dark cloaks, big guys.
Big guys with dark cloaks. 3 of them took her in a sack in a wagon, going that way towards town.
Okay.
She's been absconded. Friend Crow. Thank you so much. Have a berry.
Oh yeah. Not much really, but ooh, that's filling.
Yes.
Ooh, that's good.
Are there any just normal people nearby?
No, just elves.
Not
and
us.
half elves.
So, elves, flowers,
There are people.
birds.
Yeah.
You know, this is kind of off to the side and hidden away toward the back of the flower pavilion. So there are other people toward the front that are
Every second
at tables.
Okay. I'm gonna.
putting
Maybe
together
get your
displays and
Maybe
garlands.
you
Can
should
you guys lead in the direction? I gotta go get fumbles then.
Yeah, I'll start running.
Because
towards
you
town.
guys need to head follow them.
you
Because I have to go back to the tournament area to get fumbles.
Should you tell your
That's not that far.
Oh,
But a
should
young
you tell
woman
your
comes
I'll tell my uncle I'm over there too.
All right.
You guys
walking
go-
around the corner and oh, I just came to get some of the blue. Oh my God!
Dog.
Oh my God!
Yes,
What happened?
the handmaiden's been...
What happened? Why did
Quiet.
Did she do something?
Me.
Did she offend you, sir?
No. Hush. Yeah. No.
But my lord!
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
no,
The
I was
handmaiden's
already
been
starting to
murdered.
head
I'm
out as
about
soon
to
as-
inform my uncle.
Murder!
Oh, great.
Well, I
She
already
starts
said I
screaming.
was
This woman sounds like a crow.
We'll try
There is
sneaking
kind of a
animals
back
on her.
flap, and this is through
You
which
go
the
get
crow-
fumbles. Go get fumbles
through-
for me.
Through which the crow had pointed as
Yeah.
the way that
Okay.
the
I will
guys
stay
had
here.
taken away.
You guys go and start following the trail. Go get fumbles.
We don't have time to dawdle with this.
I will dawdle with this. You guys go chase them. I got it.
If you send him off by himself, he's not coming back.
Oh well. Go get fumbles.
Okay.
So then,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
running.
that he was at your
Alright, we're
pavilion.
running.
Only you went to your pavilion alone.
Oh, so they wouldn't know where my pavilion is.
I mean,
No,
there
I
are
recognize what
dozens
your
of-
tent looks like.
Oh, they would have seen my tent before.
Yeah, you have seen this tent, so you'd have to kind of go find it amongst a whole bunch
You
of
know
other
fumbles.
Well,
I
I
know
know
what fumbles is.
I know what
Okay.
fumbles
He has
look
some
like.
kind of heraldry we've seen before.
Sure,
That
but
would have been on
there
his
are
tent.
literally dozens of these
Okay.
knights pavilions set up.
Well, he would also know what
You know,
fumbles
and
looks
this is
like.
not like just
Ah, shit,
this
then
is
I
not
think
like
you're
a
stealing my
football
words.
field. This is
Okay.
this is kind of a hilly area.
Oh, okay.
So and there are
Go with
trees
them.
and
Oh, okay.
you
They're
know,
very
so
similar.
it's
Well.
off. Yeah, it's pretty spread out
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So it's not like you can just look and go, that's the one. You're gonna have to go
Yeah.
over some hills and through and around
Friend
and
Crow.
find the.
ask the crow again real quick. How long ago did they leave?
Oh no! How long was this spell supposed to
10
last?
minutes?
Oh well, okay. Time. What is time? Time is a concept I'm not completely.
Time is a human
How
concept. I
long?
don't understand.
Let me check my claw. No, I don't know. I don't have a watch.
No, it's just Mark insulting.
I don't. This is just.
All right, so you're not going to give us
You would know that.
Right.
Yeah, it's
All right, let's go.
how does an animal tell?
I've already ran
How do
out.
we?
You guys go chase.
How do
Go.
we? I mean, animals certainly do. They go to bed at dark. They get up in the morning. They.
But that's really all that, daytime. It was earlier, the before time.
Okay,
There's really.
that's fine. If the crow
How
can't
can you
tell
say
me, that's
before
fine.
time if he doesn't know what time it is?
You guys go. I'm gonna deal with the consequences of this lady, and then I'll catch up with you.
All right.
Try not to die.
And if we find her,
Good luck. I mean, try to get her. Try to rescue her. Make a loud noise. Get help.
how are you going to find us?
Make a loud noise.
Do you have your bagpipes?
I've already ran off. But of course,
I mean, even if you
All
ask
right.
the peasant how long ago something happened, if they had to describe, say,
Yeah.
10 minutes,
10
they
minutes.
might say less time than it takes to eat a turnip, or they wouldn't speak in 5 or 10 minutes.
It's fine, whatever. If
Yeah.
the crow can't tell me, that's fine. I'm past that now.
Okay.
If he's not going to tell me, he's not going to tell me.
So yeah, I'll send them off, and I'll wait here.
All right.
So I'm waiting for a guard because I know a guard's going to come running.
Sure. Well, yes, the screaming brings guards.
Good. Come here. Gather here.
What have you done?
I've done nothing. Here, I will unclip my actual rapier and I present it to him. You can check my weapon for blood. I have no blood on my weapon.
You came in here with your friends. Where have they gone?
So, one of my friends can communicate with animals. Magic, yes, I know. However, listen before you talk. He talked to a crow who saw what happened to the handmaiden. I sent them off to go and chase the kidnappers of my uncle's soon-to-be wife. I am here to tell you what is going on, and hopefully one of you can deliver a message to my uncle.
Lady Arithanel, this is one of her handmaidens.
Yes. Arithanel?
Yep.
Yes. War for the family tree.
And where is the lady?
She was kidnapped by 3 men in dark cloaks. They put her...
Three in dark cloaks, eh?
Yes.
Weren't there
men.
3 others with you?
They were 3 large men in dark cloaks.
Not elves.
Not elves. Men. My elves, you can... At the time this happened...
My Gonna catch an arrow.
My elves were at the pavilion with me and
I
my
sense a
uncle.
disturbance.
The one
in
does
voice.
take your weapon when you offer it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this wasn't the blade you used?
This was not the blade I use.
Aha!
Oh, you fell for it.
I did fall for that. No,
You
that's not
better
what I
come with
meant.
us.
Stay there, hold your ground, and listen.
No, you come with
In
us.
charge of these guys?
I should fucking be. I mean, I guess not.
Still straighten it out.
Listen here, I did not kill this woman, and neither did my elves. If you want to rescue my uncle's soon-to-be bride, you must listen to me.
You better come with us, sir. We are charged by the Baron to keep the peace. We have found you over top of a dead body. You have as much admitted that there were 3 others here with you that are gone now.
How close is the closest guard?
And you have said that this was not the weapon you used.
Which would be my only weapon. Therefore, I did not kill her.
You better come with us.
How close is the nearest guard?
Oh, they're standing right next to you. And a couple more have arrived.
Very well. If it must prove my innocence, then I'll go with them.
The sergeant of the guard assigns a couple of the others to stay over top of the body. Sends a third out the back flap. Keep an eye out for those elves. So, Dunley, you best come with us.
Yes.
And 2 stand beside you and flank you, and you follow the sergeant, if you do.
Yeah.
He marches you out the front of this particular pavilion and off to where the Baron is.
Meanwhile,
The 3 of you
Running
are
towards
a
town.
mile on the outskirts of town,
Looking for
heading back toward
cart
Colway's Cove. Well, the ground's pretty hard packed here, and there's been a lot of coming and goings and heavily laden carts moving these pavilions and supplies and construction materials to put this all together. So cart tracks are, yes, there are a lot of cart tracks.
But we're
Now,
looking.
the bird did point you in a direction. You could head in that direction on the assumption that the crow knew something about what he was.
Yep. I mean, that's what we're doing, right?
I mean, so I'm running towards town.
Running?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my goal is to get through town
Okay.
and see what carts are leaving town.
All right.
I don't know how big this town is, or
My wife basically.
I am running the direction the crow
it's-
said.
It's about 20 times the size of
sure, it'll take me 20 minutes to
Laid
run
law.
across it.
with roads leaving to the north and to the east and west along the river in both directions, west being toward Laidlaw. So there are...
Is that the direction the crow said, towards town?
Yes. Okay. So if the...
So if I ran the direction the crow said, I'm running with him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Cool. Thanks. All
So you're not
right.
going to keep up with us? 'Cause we're running.
Do I even have a...
Oh,
good.
Oh my. That's fine.
Can the camera see that?
Yep.
Oh, cool. All right. So, well, we don't have colors, but we can get them later. So there's the river. Then there's the road. Then there's the town. Then there's another road leaving town to the north. And let's say the castle's on a hill here. And let's say there's a sort of a fairgrounds in the hills off around this way, and the crow was pointing you in toward town.
Is that a wall that surrounds town or no?
Yeah, but it's not very well kept. I mean, this has never been a town that was ever
But a cart
in
couldn't.
need of a...
Cart wouldn't go through even a poorly kept wall, except that.
Oh, no.
So if a cart wanted to go, it'd have to go on the road.
There are portions of wall here and there that have been built up or crumbled over the years because it's been years since there's ever been any sort of civil war or anything like that. So that sort of thing has never been kept up. But it's easy enough to get into town by any number of lanes that go through gaps in the wall or to go in through the actual...
If a cart wanted to go in, would it have to go in through the actual gate or not?
No.
Okay.
You could hit in.
What a secure town.
Yeah. It's a big town, yeah.
I mean, it basically doesn't have a wall, right?
Well, I guess we'll have to ask questions of the townsfolk. Yeah. It's the only way.
You'll have to talk to people.
Talk to people.
Oh my God. If only there was somebody here who could influence those sort of discussions to gain truthful knowledge of...
Should I...
You there!
Okay, well, knowing these people
I'm only 5.
are super racist, I'm going to duck behind the building and cast disguise self on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to make myself look like a human.
Any particular class or type or...
No. I feel like what I'm wearing will stay the same, so I'll probably appear like a noblewoman of some kind.
All right.
And I'll go up to... I think we'll continue along, and we'll find...
Any number of people walking toward the fairgrounds.
Yeah, someone is coming along, the way we think the cart went, and I'll
Okay.
stop one of them and I'll ask, "Did you see a cart go by with 3 men and a sack?"
Oh, yes. Oh, so rude. They nearly ran us down.
Horrible ruffians. Do you see which way they went?
Yes, they followed this lane, and then I watched them because they almost ran us over, and they headed out toward the east.
The east, out of town?
They were headed in that direction. Whether they left town or not, I do not know.
All right, thank you.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's take the most direct path to the east gate.
Cut through some alleys and
Yeah.
head over that way.
Yeah.
You could maybe shorten the time a bit.
Yep.
Yep.
With all due haste. Unfortunately, I don't have my...
And
took
throw
it off
good
my
berries at them
list.
till they go unconscious.
Uh-oh.
No, there's a spell that lets you move quick.
I don't have that spell.
I know, I didn't take it. Long Strider.
Elf Fate likes the name of your horse.
Of fumbles?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Somebody
We're actually getting chat interaction, which is great.
Awesome.
That's wonderful. All right, so
Well, Fumbles is probably not going to be around much
why
longer,
don't you
unfortunately.
guys, right? Why don't there are crowds. Why don't you each give me
Dex saves.
yeah,
Saves
let's
for
have
days.
let's have some dex checks.
My gosh.
16.
10.
So you're doing all right.
Or 12.
These two are, bumping into people.
I'm
that
used
are
to crowds of people.
carrying
It's like-
stuff around.
You're not
moving in and
wearing a
out.
long flowing dress.
Can I roll for strength and just plow through them?
And you're not super familiar with the town.
Right.
So why not each give me an insight check?
Oh.
16 again.
Wow.
17.
16.
Okay.
First
So
one was
you
I
you
rolled-
manage to avoid taking blind alleys or winding up in dead ends as you're moving through the town. And you get to the far gate, and
Yeah.
there are some guards here.
Okay, I'll go to the guards. I'll say.
How long does that?
1
guard
hour.
last? Okay, you're still good then.
I'll go to the guards.
We're talking maybe 15 minutes tops to work your way to
Okay.
the other side.
We're in pursuit
Maybe
of
10.
a cart, and with 3 men in dark clothes at the bag, they have been causing ruckus at the tournament. Did you see anyone come this way?
Yeah, well, that cart? He points over to a cart, and there's a cart with an old nag
Okay. There were 3 men in dark clothes with a
nibbling
sack.
away at the ground there. There were 3, they met a 4th. They had a number of horses with them. They loaded some gear onto an extra horse, and you can almost see them. You look
All right.
off to down the road to the east, and you see these
We gotta get a horse.
cloud of dust as these horses are
All right.
riding off into the distance.
Ask, is this? Do you have a horse we could buy from you? We need to chase these men.
No, I suppose you could take the wagon.
So
I
I'll
don't
give him.
think it'll catch them though. They had some fine horses.
Yes. I mean,
They're very nice. I
but this
remarked
was-
on that, didn't I? And
yes.
turns to his partner.
But this was fast enough.
Oh,
This was
yeah,
a
they
getaway
were
card,
nice.
right? So it's probably pretty fast. So yeah, I'll say thank you, sir, and I will take the card.
Of course. Do you need any help here? Are these
They're my
elves
bodyguards.
you?
I'm I got shield armor and everything. I got the
Are
longbow.
you got a
It's
full
just-
helmet on?
well, it's not a helmet, but it's just like I'm geared for like.
Well, your
just-
features are mostly hidden
Yeah,
now too.
yeah. I mean, I got the long hair and everything.
Yeah,
So,
they would really. He's the only one who looks demonstratively elvish, I suppose. Is this one bothering you at all?
I can handle him.
Believe
He
me.
owes me a favor.
Ah, very good.
And I'll say thank you, guard. And we'll take the cart. And onwards.
Oh,
Let me start rolling up my new character.
did you know them? Are you in charge of their cart, or
No.
I don't know if they're not coming back for it? And he's looking off down the road. They did seem in a hurry.
I'll give him one
We'll
of my
give it
100
the cart.
GP gems as collateral.
What?
I say, this is collateral for the cart.
Oh,
I'll bring it back.
no, milady. No. Forgive me for even
All
questioning.
right, I take it back.
He gives you the gem back. Forgive me for even questioning your motives. I'm sure you'll.
All right.
Probably best if it's not there anyway.
Right.
I'd only have to do more.
I'm not
paperwork.
even listening to him at this point. We're just typing away.
I'm already climbed
In
on
fact, I
the
was
cart.
saying to my friend.
Yeah.
They're still chatting away as you wander off, and
Good. This cart that I hope is fast enough. At least.
oh, it's clearly not going to be anywhere near fast enough to catch them.
We can certainly try.
You're just looking at it, you can tell. Now, you know carts aren't going to be fast enough to catch.
Horses. This is why they got off the cart and they got on the horses.
Oh, they don't have any cart?
No, they
Oh, I thought they changed.
They loaded.
carts.
They loaded.
Said
it
they
on.
loaded it onto an
Oh,
extra
okay, never
horse.
mind.
They mounted up on horses and threw some gear,
Oh, that was a waste of time.
which you have to assume is
The princess, yeah.
the captive, onto one of the horses. And
Let's go. Go down the road a ways. Go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Down the
we'll
road.
go on the cart.
Okay.
you gonna follow him as far
Once
as
we're a little ways out of sight, I'll hop off and can I change into a wolf?
hop off. Oh, you could still take in the cart.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You'd be faster on foot.
Well, can you
Then the
do a
cart?
bird?
Okay, then let's run.
Yeah, this
I
is
can't.
a
I
Oh,
cannot
really?
change into a bird.
Pulling a heavy cart.
Oh,
you
okay.
can
We'll
you
run-
can double time.
As fast as we can, we'll get out of town
Sure.
far enough where I
Easy
can
enough.
transform without being conspicuous.
Okay, you can find some bushes or
Yep.
shrubbery or something to duck behind and
Change into a dog.
a dog,
and-
a wolf, what?
A greyhound or something that moves fast. a
Okay.
dog. And let's go. Like,
All right.
I'm on. And I'll say, keep up as best you can.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not there.
Yeah, I'll keep up with
I'm about to get beheaded.
All right, you're running way ahead of these guys now.
Okay.
I mean, you're probably twice the speed as
Yeah.
as a large, fast dog.
I don't know what a wolf or a greyhound or
A
a...
fast
How about
A fast
something like a
dog.
big wolfhound?
Sounds great. A wolfhound's great.
Wolfhound,
A grey
yeah.
wolfhound.
Something that's actually hunting wolves. that can
He's
keep
going to throw a
other
little bit of
wolves.
everything in
Well,
there.
it
So
wouldn't
he's
be viewed as a wolf. Would be viewed as a large dog by anybody who might run across them on the road, right? Because there are people traveling along this road coming into town. There are people from all about the kingdom heading into this barony. So the traffic is mostly coming this way, right? And you go loping along, and you outdistance these guys very quickly, and you're trying to catch up.
I'm going to try, if I can.
Let's say there are times where you feel like you're catching up, but other times where it seems like they're gaining a little bit on you. But you're able to keep them in sight. But you're in the hills along the river here. And,
Losing these guys.
yeah, you're losing these guys for sure. But you're able to keep them in sight. You get to a rise and you can see them up in the distance, and they're definitely sticking to the road.
I think that's the right thing to do. I'm going to try to keep them in sight. And
Okay.
it's no longer trying to catch them anymore. I'm trying to follow them.
Okay.
So.
Maybe an hour goes by.
Okay, after an hour, I lose it. I think this lasts an hour,
Okay.
and then I can cast it twice a day.
Okay.
So-
Well, let's get back to you guys in a second. Let's see what's
Okay.
up with Sir Dunley here.
Okay. So they bring me to my uncle.
They do.
Oh, this could be fun.
What? We found.
Oh, 2 hours. I can go for 2 hours.
Okay,
Half
I'll
my
be back
druid
with
level.
you in just a second.
Okay.
Arithanel. The Lady Arithanel is missing, and her handmaid was found stabbed to death in one of the flower pavilions, with Sir Dunley standing over her and his elves missing.
Okay.
When questioned, he admitted that the weapon he had offered up as proof that he hadn't killed her was, and I quote, not the weapon he used.
All right. Uncle,
What?
Uncle, listen to me carefully. The reason that it is, quote, not the weapon I used is because I was hardly listening to the guard, and I was impatient and in a hurry to catch the three biggins in cloaks who put Lady Orithinel in a sack, in a cot, fleeing into town. And so when they asked that, I was answering questions as fast as I could to hopefully get on the case and chase them. If I were to kill, say, Lady Orithinel, wouldn't her corpse be there too, Uncle? I understand that you really don't like me, Uncle, but I would never hurt a member of the family or soon-to-be family.
Quiet! He steps down off the dais and comes over by you and pulls off his glove. And he smacks the sergeant of the guard. And he says, "You fool! We've lost valuable time while you are questioning my nephew. He is above reproach. He's a Dudley, for God's sake."
I thought you should be doing that to the guard a long time ago. I was like, why aren't you laying
Anime
this
style, you
smack
got
down on
hearts
this?
in your eyes. It's like,
This guy's going to be cleaning the retreat.
You say she was kidnapped?
Yes, she was
Her
kidnapped.
handmaid killed?
Yes.
Where did they go? What do they want?
They headed into town, and I'm hoping that I sent my elves after them because I wanted to clear things up with the gods.
Thank God for the fleet-footed elves.
For once, I agree. And so,
What do we do?
I need you to let me borrow some gods.
Horses!
Yes,
Knights!
yes. I will lead a retinue.
Follow my
after-
nephew!
Fantastic.
You're like giggling.
I'm so happy.
Dathel! Fetch Fumbles immediately!
Yay, fumbles!
Yes, the Baron! He goes running off and brings Fumbles as quickly as possible. All their knights have gathered and they're on their horses and they're waiting
oh
for you
dang,
to
you got
lead
like
the
an
way.
entire rat.
I
know it's just like
exciting. Okay, so once we will be back with all due haste, Uncle, with your bride to be in tow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then I'm gonna head into town in the direction that I sent to the elves.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go into town actually. Did anyone see 3 elves or individuals running off in any certain direction?
Most people look a little confused by the question. There's one fella, though, off scrubbing some graffiti off the side of the building. Like, oh, they went toward the east gate.
The East Gate.
Yes, those elves.
Thank
Boy,
you,
they're good
guys.
looking.
Thank you, kind sir. And I'm gonna go to the East Gate with the retinue as fast as I can.
Yes, someone drew a penis on his building. Always happens every
Even
time
in-
there's
even
people
in
in from
fantasy
out of
medieval
town and a
times,
fair
yeah,
going on.
You know, it's true. Like, graffiti is one of the oldest.
The guards at the East Gate, the same question.
Oh, yes, there were 2 elves with a noblewoman. No, there was an elf with a noblewoman and another, and a retainer of hers, a warrior.
Very well.
Bit shorter fellow, but
What way did they go?
skilled. They ran off down the East Road.
Oh, thank you very much.
That cart there. They were questioning about the cart.
Perfect.
It arrived here, and there were 3 men. They met another who had 5 horses with him.
Did they all have dark cloaks on?
Yes, they did.
Very well.
It's
Thank you.
like you were here. Anyway, they threw some things onto the saddle of the 5th horse, and the 4 of them, along with their gear, hightailing it down the road.
Okay. Thank you very much for the information. Then I will lead the retinue down the
So
road.
then
as
the
fast
elves chased us.
I'm ignoring it. I'm just going.
Oh, I had more to tell him about the good-looking noblewoman. Oh well. All right. So you and
How many knights are there?
that's a question.
Yeah.
Like all the
1D100 nights.
Like all the knights from the tourney. Like
That's a lot.
There are a dozen with you,
Wow.
and any number of other horses, light horses with squires upon them who have followed along.
Okay, so 12
So, yeah, there's
plus like
there's
another
a couple of dozen.
12 plus like another 12 squires.
Sure.
Dang. You got our own regiment with you.
I'm gonna put plus third on me.
And all of these guys, these are all veterans from the border border patrols.
I would know these guys
You know
personally.
almost all of them, if not personally from serving with them, at least by name, and they know you.
And reputation and all that.
Sure.
Okay.
And you guys wanted to leave town.
These are all the
This
guys
is
you would
pretty
be
awesome.
competing with
Yeah.
in the tournaments.
Well,
You've
that's
got
a great deal.
some good veterans here with you.
All right. So yeah, I'll just haul down the road as fast as I can. Warhorse moves 60 feet, so they're fast.
Oh yeah, for a period of time.
Yep.
For needing some rest.
Yes.
But yeah, you're riding along as fast as you can down the road.
Good.
Probably really only a half hour behind when you left the.
So at some point he'll catch up to them, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You would think so, yeah, for sure.
And you guys are still going to be
That's
on
what
foot
I
because I don't think I brought enough horses.
We gotta stop.
Okay, yeah, let's get back to you two.
Yeah.
You were following a dog as best you could for quite some time, but it outdistanced you fairly quickly.
Oh, wait, 12,
It's staying to the road,
13
though,
squires because my
It
squires
seemed to
there.
be staying to the road.
Absolutely.
I think we'll continue.
Well, I'm pretty
on
sure
the
we
road.
can follow the dog tracks through this road because it's pretty. Has it rained at all in the last few days or
You're
so?
not a ranger,
Does it look?
and there's been all sorts of activity on this road.
You can see a dog track, right? Like a dog track going through. Can we see that?
It's going to be pretty hard.
He's saying no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm hearing a solid no coming from
All
him.
right.
No, it's not like this was there's been people streaming toward Castle Dunley for the tournament and the wedding, and from all the outskirting, all the smaller villages and stuff. We're sending in supplies and food and stuff for anybody who wasn't coming for the fair and for the festivities themselves. Were coming to supply and sell off, and make their money. And they're merchants and others that would come in and put up stalls on the outskirts of town to try to, do a little satellite business from their village. Anything they have that they can sell, and any excess food that they could bring in and sell, because the prices are going to be crazy, right?
Yeah.
They're going to make more money off of something like this than they probably make the whole rest of the year where they.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing the Lord of the Rings style, cross country. Thank God we don't have a dwarf with us.
Yeah. Better dangerous in short distances.
Oh, but you're on a road. I mean, you're on a
Yeah.
nice wide road along the side of the river here, so.
We just can't see anything.
We'll just continue following as best as we can. I mean,
To be
And
honest,
the road takes as smooth a route as possible. So you're in the river winds, so you're sometimes close to the river, sometimes a little further away from it. There are trees in between. You don't see it, but you can still hear it.
all right. Yeah, we'll continue along
we
until.
probably don't even get to anywhere in half an hour.
Well, a half hour, maybe 45 minutes go by, and you hear a great pounding of hooves behind you.
I mean, it's coming from back
From
where
behind you, sure. And up rides Sir Dunley with his new retinue.
Yeah.
You see these two on the road up ahead, huffing and puffing.
Okay, I'm going to ask, because I'm guessing my squire came with me. The
Yes.
one that I had to send. Okay, so I'm going to tell Dathiel and ask another squire that's nearby to pick up these two and have them mount their horses and come along with.
Oh, the Dathel says, I should stay with you, sir, but you two, give them your horses.
Okay, that works.
Well, okay, sure.
Sweet.
Enough the horses.
All right.
Okay,
We'll run back to town and let them know that you've headed off to the east, sir.
thank you very much. Best of luck to you.
Jogging off back towards town. No, these guys aren't in armor.
Okay.
They're
These are
squires.
just a couple of squires.
Yes,
They're
All right.
lightly encumbered.
All the
so
knights are in armor.
I know.
They're
That's
used to
gonna suck.
running along.
They're probably mostly backup horses for when their horses get tired.
Mm-hmm. So,
All right.
so yeah, then
So now you're all mounted. And you're
now I'm down 2 squires. Oh no, my retinue's
speeding
small.
off to the east.
Well, we got 20 others.
That's all right. I'm higher level than
22.
Squire. I think.
22.
23 actually.
You replaced it with us, so that makes it up.
So I
My
can't
squire's gotten weak
stand it
still.
anymore. If I don't do something soon, I'm going to pee myself. I'm so proud that we've gotten this far, and there hasn't been a single Princess Bride joke about the princess being taken. And now we're going to start the war.
Well, now you have to make the joke.
I know. So I'm opening that can of worms right now, and
I know you're dying to make one.
I haven't yet.
Make the joke, though.
I haven't, because for the life of me, I can't remember the names of the kingdoms. I don't know why, but I just can't. And that's
Did you
okay.
see I got some Princess Bride sleeves in?
As you wish.
Sure, there's one of those, and an inconceivable, and I don't even exercise.
Who was it? I don't even. It's not my fault. I'm bigger and stronger than them. It was someone on Facebook the other day said something. I think it was Tyler. They were talking about giant rats or something, and I said, ROUS? I don't think they exist. And I got no feedback on that at all, and I thought, this is, well, what form am I in? This is the wrong form.
We'll chide him when he arrives.
Yeah, or maybe it was AJ.
Oh, now no, AJ should have got no.
I know AJ was in the
deceptively young.
And AJ has said, I've never seen that movie.
Wait, really?
Has he really?
Yeah, he is actually. Wow. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was just Facebook.
We really need to revoke.
Someday
his
he'll watch it
cred
and become
card.
a real person.
AJ hasn't seen Princess Bride.
So
I don't know. We'll have to charge him extra when he wants to.
How's the chat?
all right. So I got 2 hours of dog shape that I'll use.
Okay, well, let's get back to you. And
Okay.
we're roughly caught up time-wise here, so let's...
Has it been 2 hours?
No, it's been about an hour.
Okay, I'm still going to do the best I can. They're on horses. They can't run full speed forever.
No,
of course, neither
they've
can I.
long since had a canter now. They're slowed to
Okay.
They're not walking. The horses aren't just walking anymore, but they're not at a full gallop like they were when they first left town.
Okay. Well, I will retain my form as best I can. Now, there's a lot of traffic coming both ways, right? Or coming
Toward you,
towards
yeah,
you.
Sure.
Okay.
There's still people filtering that way.
I don't
Most
want...
people got there in time for the jousting, but some people are stragglers, right?
So my goal is to tail them from a safe distance, a long distance. You know what I mean? I don't want a chance of getting spotted. If they do look back, all they're going to see is a dog. They're not going to see a lot of people coming. So I'll stay in dog form until my time is up, and then I will go behind a bush and turn into a person and follow them discreetly as a person after that point.
Should I... Your clothes take the form with you, and then...
Yep. It says I have the choice. I can choose whether my equipment falls to the ground, merges into your new form, or is worn by. So
Mark was so excited for all
to,
your shit to be 2 hours away.
It's going to merge into my...
Well, your choice.
Yeah, well... Yeah.
Doesn't have to merge.
He really wants you to show up with nothing.
I mean, for the narrative, come on. Throw us a bone here.
I do love my uncle, but...
Maybe you would have been slightly faster if left the close behind.
Yes.
What was I going to do? Catch them and fight them? Like, not happening. I mean, 4 versus 1? No.
Just throw a stick at them.
They threw a stick, I'd chase it. I'm a dog.
He would not be able to help himself.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There's a point at which you crest a hill and look off at the distance, and you can see them fording the river and heading south into the hills.
Oh, God. All right. Well, we're a druid. We're going to be sneaky in the woods as best I can. Now, I do get bonuses for this kind of stuff. Right? I just don't remember them all very well because...
So, hey, Tyler should be here very soon. Maybe we should take 5 and go on a quick break here until Tyler shows up. 5 or 10 minutes tops. If he's not here by then, we'll just resume without him. But he is a ranger, so it might be useful to wait for him to arrive.
Of course, if it turns out he was the 4th person they joined up with, then that would be very suspicious, wouldn't it?
There are all sorts of surprises, aren't there?
All right, we'll need a break.